mind if I tell you, if your family goes to your wedding, I'm not getting married.
Jasmine's acting like Gino's family have brutally tortured her, when in reality, they've just asked her questions. Questions that admittedly she doesn't like. But Gino's a family man, and with an ultimatum like this, is he going to cave into Jasmine's demands, or finally stand up for himself?
I'm playing nice, but there is gonna be a moment in which I'm just gonna ask everyone to up and punch them in their faces.
That I would love to see. Jasmine just has so much anger directed at Gino's family. Now, before we jump into all of that, let's just rewind to the beginning. So we left the pair having just landed in Miami for a vacation. It became immediately obvious that this is what Jasmine was hoping the States would be like. She much prefers Miami to Michigan. So with the sun in her hair and the sand between her toes, Jasmine might actually be seeing a future for herself in America with Gino.
Oh my God. This is over the top.
Is this paradise or what?
With what has to be the smallest bathing suit that Jasmine could possibly find, she derobes and her insane butt implants are now out for the world to see. Were these really worth her entire wedding dress budget? Were they really worth borrowing money off her ex, potentially ruining her future marriage for? I'd say no, but now that Gino's seeing them in the Miami sun, he might have a different answer.
Wow, look at that booty.
Be gentle.
You've been
No! No. Do you like why it was a good investment?
Now, from what we're told, big booties are apparently Gino's ultimate weakness. They rock his boat, and Jasmine is desperate to keep alight what little flame they have in the bedroom. We know all too well that she's tried literally everything. But it's just sad that now everyone watching this show and everyone on the beach in Miami also has to see her proudly parade her new assets. But make no mistake, these aren't just for Gino's benefit, despite how much he seems to be enjoying them.
Don't you think?
bad girl.
It's like a magical, unique moment to see Gino so turned on. The only thing that makes him that excited is American football.
My poor eyes have already been put through far too much because of these two. But knowing Jasmine, it could have been a lot worse. But she's not actually able to enjoy the moment. She's not able to soak up all of the affection, because all of a sudden she's plagued with guilt about her dishonesty. Don't forget, Gino doesn't yet know that she borrowed money off her ex Dane to be able to afford this new butt of hers.
My happiness can never be completed, and I'm here feeling guilty because Gino still doesn't know who helped me with the butt implant surgery.
So, is Jasmine finally going to be honest about it now? Well, no, not yet. I suspect she's waiting to get married before finally being that honest with Gino, which is very hypocritical of her considering how much she's been on his back about being truthful. But that's just Jasmine to a T, isn't it? She can never hold the mirror up to herself. She never seems to hold herself accountable to the same standards that she expects from Gino. And so instead, on this occasion, she just changes the subject entirely.
When I think about our wedding, this is what I dream. Kind of the place,
beach?
yeah. I could get dressed in a bikini.
So, having been in Miami for about 24 hours, Jasmine's dreaming of a beachside Miami wedding. Now, that might sound all well and good for her, but Gino reveals that he's concerned his family wouldn't be able to travel that far. They wouldn't be able to attend. But perhaps that's the whole point. That might be exactly what Jasmine's hoping for. You see, we already knew before she came to the States that she wasn't exactly a fan of Gino's family. But the way that they interrogated her when they first met, well, now she's really not into them.
Even if we get married in Michigan, I still don't feel comfortable with the idea of your family going to our wedding.
What goes on in Jasmine's mind? Why is it a competition between herself and his family? Why does she feel so threatened by them? She knows how close Gino is to his family. So why does she insist on making this such a big deal? Why is she telling him that his family aren't welcome to his own wedding? It's just so incredibly toxic of Jasmine. She's on this mission to isolate Gino from his family, but she's trying her best to frame it, to blame it on how uncomfortable she was apparently made to feel when she met them for the first time in person.
That first meeting was very, very bad. It put so much tension on me. I was so stressed.
Just because they're asking questions? I mean, that's normal.
Look, given everything they've seen, given how Jasmine's acted over the last few years, it's expected that Gino's family would have some serious questions for Jasmine to answer. They're very protective over Gino, and Jasmine has been acting like she's been using him for money. So it shouldn't really have come as a surprise that they wanted to hold her to account. They wanted to ask her questions, to get her side of things too. But Jasmine just sees that as a personal attack. She goes on to remind Gino what exactly it was that she found so offensive.
And Tony proposing the prenup. And your nephew telling me you have to be grateful because Gino took you to America.
And it's this that seems to have really riled Jasmine up. It's the inference that Gino's somehow better than her because he's from America. That she should be grateful to him because he's brought her to the States. Jasmine absolutely will not accept that line of reasoning. After all, she's given up her life. She's given up her family to come to America. The way she sees it, if anyone should be thankful, it should be Gino, not her. But while Gino defends his family, while he says that it was just their attempt to get to know her, Jasmine has yet more grievances that she wants to air. Like, for example, the bachelor party. Why are you messaging your family to cover for you? She asks.
But he was texting Michelle, stop telling Jasmine about the bachelor party, don't give her details. Why is he so mysterious, you know?
Look, the truth is, Gino knows exactly what he's doing. He's a smart guy. He's a shifty guy, but he hides behind this goofy facade. Like, we know all too well that he has no problem with lying to Jasmine. But the problem is, she is exactly the same. Under any normal circumstances, any bride-to-be that catches their fiancé sending messages saying don't give her details about the bachelor party would have every right to be suspicious. But Jasmine loses her moral high ground because she's a liar too. The thing is, she's too engrossed in his family to acknowledge her own issues. Right now, his family seems to be the only thing she can think about.
What will happen if I tell you, if your family goes to your wedding, I'm not getting married?
Wow. An ultimatum like that is toxic level 1000. Now, Jasmine brushes it off like it's hypothetical, but we all know her well enough by now to know that there is an element of truth here. This is absolutely the kind of stunt we can see her trying to pull. But Gino clearly doesn't know Jasmine as well as we do, because he seems completely blindsided by this. He's shocked that she'd even ask such a crazy question, and he really isn't sure how to respond.
I don't think that's like a fair question, really.
No, I need to know. I need to know to say what territory I'm stepping into.
So Jasmine is just testing the waters here. She's seeing how far she can push Gino. But thankfully, he keeps his cool. He tells her that they're just gonna have to agree to disagree over this. He draws his line in the sand. He makes it very clear he expects his family at his wedding. And although Jasmine clearly doesn't like that very much, she agrees to try and make peace with his family again. But she too makes her position very clear. She also draws her line in the sand.
I can give them one more chance. And if they come to me with the same nasty attitude, I cannot tell you that your family is attending our wedding.
Look, the truth is, Jasmine already made her mind up about Gino's family before she met them, but she seems to have been too quick to judge. Like, we've seen cousin Dana stand up for her, be on her side, tell Gino off for not being honest with her. And we've also seen his wife, Michelle, be nothing but nice to her. So, for as much as Jasmine is concerned that Gino's family is judging her, she also needs to stop unfairly judging them. She needs to stop making an enemy out of them. But unfortunately, that seems to be exactly what she wants to make. Enemies.
I'm playing nice, but there is gonna be a moment in which I'm just gonna ask everyone to up and punch them in their faces.
Why is it so hard for her to see that his family only want what's best for Gino? If her intentions are also honest, then shouldn't she want exactly the same? Well, with the secrets that she's currently sitting on, with everything she's hiding about her ex, Dane, I'm not sure their interests are actually in alignment. And that is precisely why she feels so threatened.